You gotta love commercials. I mean, commercials are the best, right? They pay us a whopping $10 a show. So there you go. Especially considering 98% of who. Can I ask you a question? Who's the 3 people or 3% of people who aren't skipping the ad on YouTube?
I'm skipping the damn ad. I'm tired. I keep going back.
I understand that, but it says like I just was looking at some analytics or something the other day. Not that it's anybody's business, but like it says 97.3% of people skip the skippable ad. That means almost 3% of the people don't skip the skippable ad. That's like 100. Like that's 300 on 3. Am I doing the math right? What is it out of 1,000? JJ, is that 300 out of 1,000? No, that's not right. That's 10%. No, 30 people.
Like literally
33.
Yeah, you said
30 people, right?
Yeah.
I was trying to watch a video today, and it would keep going 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 50 seconds, and then I get to 5 seconds, and I wait. I do it. It goes back on up to 50 seconds. They won't let you freaking skip the goddamn 50
That's
seconds.
because you watch too many YouTubes. Yeah, but no. So 30 people out of every 1,000, that's a lot of people, I would say, are not skipping the ad. You need to skip the ad, folks. Believe us, this doesn't pay anybody's bills. Hey, saying hi to everybody. Sorry about that. Hey, there we go. Got the people out of the ad. There we go. GTK Comics. Hi, thumbs up. Thank you, GTK Comics. Hell yeah! SW Sunday with the crew. Need those laughs and rants for the week. Have a great show, guys. Thank you, Ruben. Holidays are coming up. We should have Holiday Ruben in here. We're going to talk about a couple things, too, maybe in a little bit. We were talking about behind the scenes. We'll just reveal them to you guys early on because it's pretty crazy. Yep. Wayseeker is supposed to announce maybe tonight that Nubs has been moved to Legends. All right. We're going to have to go easy on Wayseeker. He won't be with us tonight. He's having a family thing. Prayers out to his family. Make sure everything's... I mean, he's okay. His wife and kid are okay, but like he's going through things. So shout out to those people, though. All right. Mr. Appleman. Hi, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving, Darkside crew. Happy Thanksgiving. I heard Dom is stuffing his turkey with pickles this year. Okay. All right. Well.
Big ass gherkins. There you go.
Mass collectibles. I just skipped the ad. There you go. Thank you.
Properly done.
Do you skip the ads in the chat?
Skip the ad, but when you go on it, the ad comes back up even more.
Oh, you're good, Dwayne. You're good.
If you're watching a longer video, it sucks.
Hey, okay, let's get into it, though. We were talking backstage. We were going to go to GameStop and pull up there because everybody knows Black Friday, but go into your local GameStops because right now they're having not just Black Friday, but they're having clearance items. And then, hey, Dom, show them the statue you had. Yeah. So it's not that one, but the one that's like, what's her name? Like these type of statues and stuff. What's the one what's the chick Shane married to Revan?
Bastila.
Bastila. I saw that Bastila, that sweet ass Bastila one. It was half off. They don't advertise it on the website, so you have to go in and find what they have there. But like, I don't know if it's here anymore. Where's that sleeping bag? That one time I went in there right around here when they do their Black Friday. I got that Tom sleeping bag 90% off. It was $10 for a $100 thing. Like, this is the best time to go shop for yourself and then just wrap the shit and give it to yourself for Christmas.
You got helmets. You got helmets that are on clearance and sale. A whole bunch of things.
Yeah, those are the ones people are telling you about. But there is stuff there. Don't even pay for that shit. Pay for the stuff they're not telling you about because is like.
And if you can get to Ross, if you can get to TJ Maxx or friggin' Ollie's, you're getting great ass deals now.
Well, really. So Ross, we'll spoil, I guess. Dom, there's something I want there. If you guys get one of these, tell me. I'll pay you an extra $10 plus shipping for it. It's the Transformer, the Baroness. I looked at one of our Rosses. We didn't have it. It's the Baroness and Zartan.
No, it's the Soundwave.
Or the Soundwave one. Yeah, but who's on it? Who's it with? Who's in there with them? It's with what's her name? The twin and who else?
Zorana and Zartan.
Zartan and Zorana. That's what it was. It turns into a truck. Yeah, if you got, they're $25 at Ross right now. $26.
Yeah, $25 at Ross.
$25. I'll be willing to pay $40 for one of these.
Come get one.
If you can go get one, I don't care I don't care. I just need it for my kid. So like, I don't care. So if you find those, hit me up in the DMs. I'll hook you up. Yeah, cool, no problem. No, dude, I'm telling you that. Yeah, that Bachelor Sean was half off. No doubt. They had like 4 of them down there. It's wild. Like, you got to go the right ones, but GameStop is wild because everyone won't have stuff, so they don't put it on the site. But you go to some and then ask them afterwards in the back room if they have anything, because sometimes they do. And if you're spending money, the manager, especially when if they have a manager on duty, those dudes get bonuses during the holidays, I think. Because when I talk to the manager during the holidays, he's like, just bring the card and take whatever you can. Give me $200.
This is a great time of year because even the website, even Gentle Giant, stuff like that, like the little.
No.
You definitely get some of these cheaper than what they actually are.
Yeah.
The mini bus.
No, Appleman, you don't. This is straight up clearance. It's yellow ticker clearance. I think you might get another $3 off if you have Game Bro, but who gives a shit? It's like sometimes it's like 7 to 100. Yeah, it's good for hunting, bro. If you want to hunt, hunt, man. This is something to go grab. There's some good stuff there. So, hey, we've been doing a seg over on Tag. If you guys have been watching it, we've been kind of, we originally were doing the look backs on the top 10, the CBSI top 10 lists, but it got kind of nominous because we were doing it every year, every 6 months, every month, and every other week. And that just got to be too much. So we switched where we're just doing it categorically. That sounds like a word to me. Does that sound like a word, JJ? Okay, sounds like a word. Okay. Where we will do it in sections. So I've held back some of the Star Wars stuff, and obviously we're going to do it over here. We'll cut it out so you guys can see it too. Go over some stuff. Very interesting stuff there too. Very interesting stuff. And we will be doing what we do. It'll be a half-size list that we do over there. But we will include, for those people that don't know, CBSI was started by a guy named Trey originally, and then he sold it to a guy named Ben C. Yeah. And so we'll go back to we'll take at least one entry every time we do this of the original Trey 2015, 2016 list. All right. The original guy who did CBSI top 10. So we'll do that. And we've got toys, not a lot of slides. We'll probably talk about some other stuff. Something interesting in comics today. Very creepy, might add. Very creepy. And then JJ did the news because Wayseeker is out this week. So without further ado, you guys have anything else you guys want to add?
We can talk as we go along about things.
Dom, that's dangerous. With Dom, that's dangerous. JJ, let's get to the news. Speaking about OG, that's the OG lead into news on this channel.
Takes me back.
After blast from the past.
Yeah.
So news is a little light this week, but Dom decided to troll. Yeah, Dom decided to troll himself actually by sending me a news article that he's pissed about.
The chat one? Oh my god.
Wayseeker also trolled himself later on. So
okay, cool, good.
But we start off with the easy one. So Empire Magazine, about every Star Wars show, people should probably realize this by now. Empire Magazine does a big press thing for them. For Lucasfilm, and it had some Andor stills. There wasn't a whole lot new in these images. I didn't go through and pick a bunch out. People can go see them on Empire's website or even other websites if they want. But it's basically characters returning that we kind of thought would return throughout the season, and stuff we've seen already before, like kind of new K2SO and other things would be there. So
they're not gonna give you anything new.
Krennic and
we knew Krennic was coming back. He got a couple stills in there, so.
I'm excited for this show to come back.
I am too.
I actually, really think that, it's a shame that they're really dropping back with all the shows. If they can get good shows like this.
Hold on, Dom. We cannot continuously week in and week out just start saying the opposite thing we said the week before. We can't go in and say oh man, I want only quality shows. I don't care about quantity. I want quality.
Well,
and then when they do that, go, man, all I want is quantity. I don't give a shit about quality.
I'm psyched for Skeleton Crew. It looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait for that. And then you're gonna get the beginning of the first couple of months of the new year, which I'm excited. So you know what? There are some things I'm excited about. There is a bright spot.
That's a lot. That's actually a lot of content. That's back to back. I mean, we're getting back-to-back live action within how many months? 6 months?
All within, about 6 months.
And it's 6 to 8 weeks on both? Actually, how long is Andor? Do we know?
12 episodes.
12 episodes. So
that's 12 weeks.
There's probably going to be two drop things in there, though. So
it doesn't matter. That's still 3 months worth of episodes if you watch it out the way it's supposed to be produced. So that's 3 months. You're going to get another 8 out of there. So in 6 months period, we're really getting 17 weeks of content. That's
And like I said, we don't know what else is going to be dropped in between until we find out. But
well, I don't think they need to drop anything in between that. I mean, they're going to do nubs or whatever. But
well, look, I'll put it this way.
Yeah, I think we forget.
12 weeks of being they'll probably drop the first 2 episodes like they usually do with the show is first 2 the first night. So you'll get
so even if you do that, you're still getting what was I at 17? You're still getting 16 weeks, 15 weeks.
Yeah.
No.
15 weeks, that's still you're at 3.5 months, 4 months.
And you have the comics in between, and you have the novel. So you got a good stretch of stuff that's
and we'll talk about the comic this week, but it's another good comic. They did a great job. There's something very creepy in this comic, and we'll expose it, but like they did a good job this week.
Writing was good. I don't know about drawing, but
the writing was good. Yeah, the writing was good. All right. Well, that's good.
Yeah. Let's see. Our next piece. Speaking of Skeleton Crew, this is something a little unusual to see this ahead of time instead of after, but there was an official Disney Plus roundtable discussion with a lot of the directors, writers, the showrunner Jobs was on there. Not a lot of groundbreaking stuff was on that. They talked a little bit about everybody seems to always ask them this question. There was a little bit about like the Max Rebo's species or what was it, Neil, the kid?
Yeah, Neil.
And obviously he's been a little more in depth. He's like, basically what I wanted to hear was like, there's a lot of characters that have tropes and Star Wars, and they're not all related to each other. Like,
break it up a little bit there, but yeah. I mean, but here, this is kind of what. Do you think this is a new way they're going to do? So what they would really do is after shows and episodes, they play this after thing to try to clear up what the episodes were without spoiling it. Do you think after how? I mean, we got to admit, Acolyte had its default problems, and partially maybe some of it was like they didn't address some of the issues that would be coming in there, so people were expecting certain things, and it just kind of fell flat during that. Do you think this is like a preemptive strike now? Like Dom was saying, Disney's doing a little bit different now. We can't sit there and say, we've had these Book of Boba Fett instances, we've had these Acolyte instances where Acolyte was actually pretty decent and then decided to shit on its own self, by not giving us endings and turning like the middle section into fucking a musical, like, you know what I mean? So like, do you think this is like them preemptively saying like, hey, listen?
No, I think that serves 2 purposes. It's a little bit preemptive, but I think more along the lines of like, so Acolyte had actually a lot of press before it came out. A lot of the
I know it did, but didn't have like this thing.
Well, yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think this is more of a Disney and Lucasfilm kind of controlling the press a little bit more than what they did with Acolyte, as far as like, don't let them get too far out in front of their skis type of thing here. And then
it's interesting.
Go ahead.
Dom, who's not at this table that's normally at these director tables?
Friggin' Dave Filoni.
No, somebody else. Yeah, he is not. Yeah, and Lucas isn't behind the scenes just walking back and forth nodding. It's interesting what they're doing here.
Well, you know what? I kind of like this. I kind of like this and what they're putting it out there saying, you know what? Look, it's a fun ride, man. Come enjoy it. You enjoy it. It's like it's more of like not like they're explaining and trying to express this series, and not the expectations to a point where another show sucks because of this going on. But I think that them just shining
hangouts on in the background.
What happened?
Who's got hangouts on in the background? Shut it off. All right, go ahead. Sorry, Dom, go.
No, it's just they just I think that the presentation to this, without having Kathleen Kennedy, without having Dave Filoni, like anybody, the big people that are there, is no pressure. We made a series. It looks like it's going to be fun, enjoyable. Enjoy the ride. That type of.
This is awesome because I was going to ask this question. It seems like this push, JJ, I was going to ask you this, is actually working on the Doms of the world. Because what I really was trying to say softly is, do you think they're trying to get, like last time with Acolyte, the problem was they allowed just the people who make content off of hating Star without even seeing it or watching it, just driving into it. They let them get ahead of any other narrative that's going to be done. And now this narrative, did you hear what Dom said? Yep. Let's have zero expectations. That's what he said, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think part of that too is like you have less press overall this time around, which I think actually helps it a little bit. There's less hype behind it. There's less, it reminds me a lot of Andor. If you remember when Andor came out, we called Andor originally like the series that nobody was talking about because nobody was talking about it. Even the people that made it, like in the press and stuff, there wasn't a lot of press conferences or interviews or anything given by a lot of the team.
Well, also Andor didn't have a female lead on it, so it's not something. So typically, how those work is if it
the villain was female.
Who?
Deidre.
Yeah. But there wasn't the main first person in. No. What I'm saying is a lot of those how that type of content works is if you get a female, you start a month ahead of time to drop a little something, and then you develop it 2 weeks before the show comes out. They're doing this 2 weeks before the show comes out, which is a very interesting timing because the people who do that type of content, much like we understand this, content gets stale quick and you have to pivot a lot. And the attention span, even on continuing either positive or hate content, you have to get it where you change the topic every 3 weeks. So how they work this is 2 weeks out, they do it. They get to that first week, they get to the second, see, we were right, everything's wrong. And then they let their wave ride itself out. Right now, Disney got ahead of this. This is 2 weeks out. They're stopping it before they can jump in on the wave. Go ahead. Sorry.
Some people actually got to see the first 3 episodes, and no one's really saying anything. And
they have a press embargo for that. But
I know, but usually if somebody sees something, somebody leaks something out. Oh, this might be a possibility, but no one's saying anything possibility-wise. You hear me?
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah,
we can hear you fine. Yeah.
Just the fact that it's kind of a hush, but a lot of the
no, but Dom, it's always a hush. There's always an embargo. What happens is exactly how I describe it. And since there isn't I swear to God, if Catherine Kennedy showed up in this picture right here and on screen here, it would be a different narrative that they would try to lead. I think purposely they're trying not to have Lucas. They're trying not to have Dave. And they're trying not to have KK here. And they're also trying to push this up ahead of time so that the people, because you believe that the people see it, that say they see it, but they don't see it. They don't know what's going on. They just use general terms a lot of times. Most times they're kind of regurgitating what has been explained in the press release of what the show's about in the pilot show, what the premise of the show is going to be. They just word it differently. You know what I mean? To make it seem more aggressive. And they can't do that here because trailers, they can make some stuff up, but the trailers, they didn't really show us much of shit. There's nothing in the trailers besides people and Mac. They're making the Max Rebo thing an issue, and I don't think it's an issue with anybody. Chat, is that character not being of the same species as Max Rebo? Is that an issue for anybody? It's not. No. And they're saying, don't make that. They're like, oh man, I know people are going to make this an issue. Don't make it an issue. Where's it an issue?
Well, the other issue is with the planet. They said that it looks too much Earth-like. And I don't see anything wrong with that because you don't think that there's planets that look like a suburban area that are more more type of away from the grid. These kids, all the spots I've been seeing. I know sometimes the smoke and mirrors when they show spots and they show things, but it seems like these kids don't really know. They know of the Jedi. They don't know about Luke. It reminds me of Mando. When Mando had no idea who the Jedi was, he doesn't know idea who Boba Fett was. Kind of
sure.
You're you're sheltered to stay away from the overall war itself going on.
Sorry, we're not back on Tatooine again for the 18th time.
Yeah, I know, right?
I think that's a good move. I think that's a good move, but I really do think that this, if this is true, if it's what I think it is, I'm just saying this because it seems like a lot of are pointing there. But they literally have put a MacGuffin, a red herring. They have usually the red herring argument or the MacGuffin's used against them. They're now using it against the people who use against it. They're talking about Neil. Literally, this their big scandal here is Neil. Raise your hand if you give a shit what species Neil is. Nobody.
No, but I tell you what, he's gonna sell.
Oh yeah, people love him. People love kids love him.
Exactly.
So the boy's hey, dude. The boy's that blue guy. I want that $200 set. I go, we ain't buying that bullshit for $200. You ain't getting it. Sorry.
Finding that clearance.
Yeah, right.
Well, the other thing I think differently than other shows for Lucasfilm and Disney Plus, they've been really consistent on their message as far as the creative team has, as far as what this show is and what's it going to be. Like, I think that was a problem with Acolyte, for instance, and I think it was also a problem with Kenobi, and like saying, oh well, this is what we're going to give you, and but wait, 2 months later, well, it might be more like this, and then 2 months later,
I think we're going to add this to. You're right.
Like it's about Sith. It's not like, but here they've been like, listen.
Oh, remember the no cameo thing?
Like for this, they've been like, listen, this is a fun, somewhat children-centric adventure that we say adults will have fun with too, and it's very nostalgic. Like it's going to kind of take you back to E.T., Goonies, blah blah blah, and that's what they've said the entire time. They really haven't changed that narrative, and I think that's been helpful.
The one cool thing is about well, they've been talking about like that it's basically is Old Republic vibes in it because they're saying that there's some things that are Old Republic.
I don't think they've said that at all.
The planet.
I haven't heard them say that.
The planet that they're on, is actually one of the planets from the Old Republic, which is kind of, if it is true, that'd be kind of cool that the connection. And then I saw one thing today, is it a trailer or a shot, like screenshots of them having lightsabers, like Old Republic type of old lightsabers, and making believe they have lightsabers, which is kind of cool. Like that is fun that they're thinking they're Jedi. Freaking Neil and what's his face, the kid, the other kid, the lead, the other kid, what's his name?
I don't know. You know what? Because somebody gave some advice in the thing. They're like, don't watch too many of them. So I haven't actually seen this thing where you're saying that they're making their own, and I definitely haven't. Like, I know there's theories about everything, but just like Max Rebo, and I think that's how they're addressing this. Is like, hey, no, people are going to make theories about this. I think that's what their brilliant part is. If they can just say that Neil is not whatever Max Rebo's species is, I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it gives credence to people just going like, well, that was wrong, so maybe everything else is wrong too. You know what I mean? Which then allows people to just enjoy the show for what it is.
Real quick, the one thing that
go ahead.
That really struck me crazy. So there's one scene where not friggin' the Drew Law's character, Jod Nahwood. He's telling the kids.
Horrible fucking name.
He goes, there is a group of dangerous pirates that are coming. Mm-hmm. But then he changed it later on. There's a group of dangerous bounty hunters coming. So I don't know. It's kind of a weird. They kind of changed the.
Yes, that's right.
That's an issue more of filmmaking when that happens. Because what they do when they make like a first trailer and you see like a second trailer or a teaser followed by a full length trailer, like you'll see a lot of actually small stuff like that change.
Yeah,
because they've had like a rewrite and then they reshot it and they use that second scene they reshot instead of the first. So that's not super unusual. I don't know.
Which I think we're expecting to see some bounty hunters, right? We are expecting to see some bounty hunters, right?
That's what I said.
There's somebody after. I don't think they're after the kids. I think they're John and Nahwood or whatever his name is, or the thing that John and Nahwood wants. One of the two.
Yeah, one of those two things. Yeah.
What about there's one scene where he's telling the kids talking. He goes, "I know someone. She's great with the maps. Who do you think that could be?" That this
My
one
God,
scene.
dude, how many times have you fucking slowed down this thing and watched it?
Listen, you gotta watch it. I'm trying to find things.
How many times have you watched people break that shit down on Twitter or whatever?
I watch but no,
dude, we know because you send us 30 Instagram posts a week. But bro, like nobody, like that's what I'm saying.
That's doing the opposite of what you said at the beginning. You said just kind of relax and have fun with it.
So they kind of got down, but we've discovered we started off thinking they finally fixed it, but they haven't gotten all the way through to Dom. They've gotten like 30% to Dom. So yeah, I'll check it out too, man. I'm down for it. Archel, by the way, Bill says you're a cool dude. That's what he said. He's like, he's a really good guy. So good job, Archel. All right. Next up. Whoa. Can you click these? Can you click these?
I can click them, yeah. I can move them now.
All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
So not a real important news story. I did find it kind of funny though. There was an interview this week about one star.
Yeah, he's got a family issue.
Care. The Acolyte was canceled, and it was Carrie Ann Moss. Which, to be fair, her character's dead, so it makes sense that she probably wouldn't care. But she kind of.
Which one was she? Was she the female Jedi?
Yeah. The kind of the lead.
The one that got killed in the beginning. The one that got killed by May.
Now, granted, the second season might have had more in store for her, flashback wise. We don't know, but any which way, she wasn't real harsh about it. She basically said along the lines of like, listen, like, you know, I've been on other shows, they've been canceled. Like, you don't really, as an actor or whatever, no matter what you kind of hear people say, you don't really let it. At least as a veteran actor, you don't really let it affect you that much.
Hold on though. Like this, she's what's going on at Disney at this point? We've now got them coming out ahead of time and saying, "Everybody, chill out. It's not that serious. We're good." And then we got an actress not trying. And then we have an actress not try to ask for a bag. Like, when was the last time you heard an actor not saying, "Oh man, I got canned, but I'm up for the next. I'm up for the next one. Just put me in, coach." She's the first person we've not heard ask for a bag.
You might have got a different answer had you asked her like a month after it got canceled, or now, where it's obviously over.
What's his face? Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton. The Batgirl movie. He was in the Batgirl movie. They asked him about that. He goes, "I really don't care. I got canned. I got to check." So basically, they don't care. When they say about certain things. So, I don't know.
I think it's more along the lines of, the veteran actors probably treat it that way. Like, they probably don't care that much.
I don't know.
I just thought it was kind of
Denzel's always looking for a bag, bro.
But Denzel gets bags all over the place. So
I know. Well, that's why he's always looking for them. So he's always getting them.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, next up.
So we did get one new show announced. We're going to get a Volume 3 of Visions in 2025. So
I'm happy about this.
Yeah, it'll return to its old format. So it's going to be Season 1 was all, or I should say Volume 1 was all the Japanese studios for the most part doing the things. And then you had studios around the world for Volume 2, and now they're going back to Japan for Volume 3. Yeah. So it'll be many of the same, I think 1 or 2 different studios, but most of the same studios. So you may see some sequels to what you saw in Part 1.
Which would be good. I mean, I think so. There was a lot of good ones coming out Part 1. We saw a sequel in Part 2 anyways. I think we're going to get more storyline out of that. And to be honest with you, like, I'm stoked because guess where I'm going this year?
You're going to be there.
I'm going to be in Japan, and that means there's going to be some good merch there at the merch store. So,
I'll
be down.
The company, the studio that makes Attack on Titan.
Say that? Who now what?
Is doing the studio that does Attack on Titan. They're doing a short, so that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's
several big. Most of the studios are big, well-known studios, which are maybe even more so than last time. So,
hey, maybe we'll get to see the Ronin again. Hopefully, I doubt it because the Ronin.
That's what I'm saying. No, I think they are. That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if especially those popular ones like the Ronin, the Elder. I can't remember the ninth. I think Ninth Jedi was the other one that was kind of popular.
Yeah.
The Ninth Jedi was great.
Those popular ones, I wouldn't be incredibly surprised if you saw. Maybe not
I would expect it actually,
sequel, but something
similar. Yeah, that's when I'm saying sequel. I'm saying like we're going to get something out of those studios that is similar in the storytelling to that type.
Apparently, there could be plans for a action figures based off the Ronin. So
apparently you could stumble over your own dick and run into $1 million tonight, but that ain't going to happen.
I do that every night.
No, I mean I think that'd be cool. I mean, I don't. Where are you talking about, Ronin? Do you want what do you want out of toys? Do you want Black Series or do you want series? What do you want?
Well, I like the Black Series. Definitely a Black Series figure would actually be pretty cool. If you get that, if you make a vintage figure, the card back is going to look freaking nice. But most
nobody
likely, a Black
fucking likes vintage.
There's a lot of people who do like vintage, but
they live in their mom's basement, dude. Let's be honest. They're still stuck in the
I love the vintage line.
Dom, have you ever come on. Have you ever in person ran into a vintage collector?
Yeah. My boy who lives in North Carolina, he has a huge collection of vintage figures.
Oh, okay.
What?
There we go. Question asked and answered. There we go.
You also have Ruben. Ruben friggin' has a huge
No, Ruben just collects everything. He doesn't collect vintage.
He does.
He collects everything.
I should say
difference.
We move on. This they also did announce there's going to be a Volume 4. No real details on it, but they made in the same.
Oh, cool! Yeah,
Volume 4.
Hey, I don't mind them. Look, I don't mind them going back and forth, doing like the original Japanese one every other year, and then doing a worldwide version every year.
Well, in animation, like this type of animation, that's not
everything.
animation that's like this type of animation takes even longer than like your computer animation that you typically see in Star Wars. So
I didn't know that, but okay.
I'm not upset at them because these are big animation studios that have other projects they're doing too. So I'm not upset at them for kind of flashing back and forth between the two and giving them an extra year to develop stories. I'm fine with it.
Me personally, I actually think Visions will probably come out towards the end of the year. It'll be more of a fall thing. What do you think? If you think about it, if they drop it next year,
I don't know, possibly.
Wait, just play with my figures, Mom. Go ahead.
Right, another thing for Marco to do while he's in Japan for Celebration is they announced Star Wars Celebration Japan will have Star Tours: The Adventures at Tokyo Disneyland.
Ooh.
So like where they're doing Celebration. No, I know where it is. It's right. It's within, I think, like 30 miles. Like it's actually like if you're in the Providence where Disney Tokyo is, it's in the next Providence over. Like it's where
far.
they're doing Celebration. Huh?
I said it's not super far.
No, it's like 20 minutes on the bullet train. Not even, I don't think. So it's not far. I just don't think we're going to do that.
Jump in an Uber.
I just don't think we're going to.
There weren't a lot of details. I don't know if there's going to be much different from what you get at Disneyland here. I don't know, but
I think we're going to go over to, we're going to go to, more to the east side of Tokyo and Kyoto and Eid and all that type of stuff over there for a little bit. So I'd rather do that than Disney World Tokyo. No offense to Disney World Tokyo.
I mean, for the honest, a lot of this stuff, honestly, I mean, there's probably a little bit of, flavors that change culturally a little bit, but you're probably a lot of it's going to be the same for the most part. I would guess. I could be wrong, but
I mean, we're already, I think, just with booking flights and hotels and tickets, we're already, I think, up to we've already paid, I think, $16,000 for this. So I don't think going to Disney World to throw on another 5 Gs is probably worth it, in my opinion. I'd rather go to Tokyo and spend a G there, and you know what I mean. It's a little bit more cost friendly too. So I don't think we need $30,000 vacations. So,
I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I just didn't. In the video game, the Star Wars Outlaw Wild Card downloadable content, which is kind of Lando-based extra story content, came out on Thursday, I believe it was. So I haven't heard much as far as reviews or anything goes. My guess is story-wise, I don't think it changes too much of the story of it. But there was an interesting tidbit in the same time. An update came out for Star Wars Outlaws, which did something pretty interesting, which was remove all the forced stealth scenes or actions from the thing.
Oh, so really? The things everybody's complaining about.
Yeah, exactly. The part that everybody hated, at least hated the most, I should say, got removed from the game. So when you're no longer an instant fail when you get caught on a lot of those missions. Even I think Wayseeker and I mentioned this in our review and even in our preview that a part of the problem of the gameplay, at least, was that you're kind of forced into a stealth game when you're supposed to be playing an open world game.
Yeah,
and this kind of takes care of that problem. Didn't seem to move the needle as far as downloads and new players go.
I'm more interested now, so I could just barrel through it, right?
It seems to be the way. Yes, yeah,
yes.
That may not be easy, but you could do it.
Me smash buttons. Me make guys die. Me make heads blow up. Yay! Yeah. That's what I like. So, give me the barbarian or the warrior. That's what I'll take every single time. Yeah. Well,
so maybe it'll improve it as far as. But like I said, a lot of times with these video games, when they go back and they change something like this, you've kind of already lost the initiative, so to speak.
Yeah.
As far as players go. So
people were like, that sucked. Yeah.
Yeah. But,
it'll be fun when I buy another system, though.
Yeah. So this was in the news this week. You had Taika Waititi gave an interview. They asked him a pretty easy question about the Star Wars movie, and he told us nothing. He said, everything's in development. My advice is for people, or for filmmakers, I should say, is to just say yes to everything because, things come and go.
This is what we just said we don't want. This causes so many problems. This is what drives Dom to Red Rage. And then
he said something stupid. He said something stupid. He wants to get the fans mad because he wants to do shit. So damn, you know what? Look, at the end of the day, I know the fandom is fucking nuts. There's a lot of shit going on, but when you have a director that comes out and says he wants to get the fans mad, he wants to fucking goddamn raise the eyebrow. They don't care. He wants to make it a comedy, more comedy type of stuff. And look, he's done good shit. Don't get me wrong.
What did this guy do? What did this guy do? What did he do?
Thor. The
Thor movies.
Ragnarok. He did
He's
the
done a few others, but
he does something in the shadows. You know,
Guys, 11.
Yep.
Wait, did he do the second Thor movie?
No, Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Oh, he just did Ragnarok? Which, I mean,
he did Love and
Ragnarok
Thunder,
was
too.
good.
Oh, he did good. Love and Thunder.
Ragnarok,
and then Ragnarok.
once again, though, like, come on, man. Thor is not Star Wars. It's a mid to lower mid-tier character that, like, come on. I mean, really? And that story about Thor wasn't even really about Thor and Ragnarok, was it? Wasn't that the one where they're in space and it's about the Collector and everything?
The third one when he fought,
no,
fought,
that was a Collector.
the other
No,
one
I
was
think you're thinking
Thor,
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder
Love
was the
and
one.
Thunder,
Which he did Love and Thunder too, but he did Ragnarok before that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Which one was
Ragnarok was good.
Ragnarok?
I enjoyed Ragnarok, but
Ragnarok was the Hela.
yeah, with Hela.
Hela
Oh,
was the villain.
yeah, but that got kind of fucking wild, too. But,
No,
yeah, I
it
mean,
wasn't.
like,
Well,
it
he's
was
kinda
good.
known
No, I'm
for
not
that-
saying it's bad. I'm not saying
that
it's good.
style of acting and filmmaking. He's kind of known for, kind of, comedic, but also action. Which, I don't really have I think he'd be a good fit to do a Star Wars movie. Honestly, I'd like a Star Wars movie. with
But
a
I
little
think
bit
you'd have
of
to give him something
humor in it,
new.
but-
You-
Yeah,
But you would have to
give him
yeah.
something like, to me. He'd be a good guy, and I've said this before. He'd be a good project to do, like a Tag and Bink type project. Where you can
Yes,
have action, like a
100%.
buddy cop Star Wars movie type thing. Like it makes that
Tag
action
him,
with that
give
comedy.
him once again. Go back to the. I'm not saying do the Freemakers, but I'm saying like that style where it's not canon and everybody's clear that's not canon, but it feels very canon-esque. And you could, Tag and Bink. That would be perfect, actually, because Tag and Bink is like the epitome of like they never actually interfere with the canon universe, but they're at canon spots. Like.
Mhm.
You could do something to that effect. I think he'd be good for that. But like I'm just saying is like just don't give him.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Like, don't give him like the next Luke Skywalker project. It's probably not a good fit for him.
You know what? He would be good. Boba Fett Overdrive.
Yeah,
Give him something like that.
Overkill. Yeah.
Or Overkill. Yeah, give him something like Boba Fett Overkill. That would be fucking spot on for him.
I think you gotta give him something that's gonna be action, but also a little fun. And I think if you give him that, whether or not, I don't even know if he said what Dom said he said or to that exact phrasing, but even if he said that, he's probably doing it in more as a thing to almost kind of say like, listen, I want to do something different in Star Wars.
Well, I mean, what he said wasn't too far off of just say yes to everything. I mean, like, what Dom said wasn't too far off from that. So,
Look, at the end of the day, man, why is Star Wars such a fucking difficult thing to do, man? Why?
Because of the fandom.
You know what? No,
because of the fandom. Because of the fandom. 100% because of us. Yes.
No, and also a lot of times the directors don't have the freaking goddamn. Don't have the.
Not necessary.
No,
a lot of times.
That's not what it
a lot
is.
of times.
Nope.
No. The problem is everybody sees Star Wars different. Star Wars is different to every person.
I think honestly a problem with Star Wars lately too. Like I said, I want some humor back in Star Wars. The problem with it lately is everybody's taking it too damn seriously.
Too damn seriously. Yeah.
Like it's a freaking space adventure. Like really relax a little bit. It's not that serious. Like I think Skeleton Crew will do that. I think to a degree, I hope Skeleton Crew will do that for some people and kind of take some nostalgia and humor in it as opposed to just all seriousness.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's part of it. Like I think that's where we've had. I think when they killed off, and I keep bringing back Freemakers and that style of stuff, where it was just pure fun stupidity, they ended it and they took shit way too seriously.
Yeah, and
they were like, "Hey, listen, if you're not gonna take the, go ahead."
I was gonna say, let me be specific too. I mean, actual good humor, not George Lucas writing Jar Jar Binks humor.
Yeah. Not racist humor. Yeah,
funny things.
Yeah, funny
All
stuff.
should have some humor, this and that. And look, the Skeleton Crew, like I said, I keep seeing clips. And the one scene, the kid Fern goes like this. You go, I want to go to the buffet. And freaking Jude Law goes, we're not going to the buffet. Like, crazy stuff like that because a bunch of kids, So it should be fun. But, look, Taika Waititi he's a director. Yes, he has a lot of comical things. He could do action. He could do action.
Dom,
Like,
hold your
don't-
thought. We gotta laugh at. Hold on. Hold
What?
your thought. Dwayne Scott. Holy fuck.
But
Dom rated R Star Wars in 5, 4.
I love reading about Star Wars, man.
No,
You know,
stop.
it's dark.
He's making. No, wait, that's awesome. Oh my god, that was awesome. That was too good. All right, go ahead. Now go on your tiki rant.
I'm just saying the whole fact that he's a good director. He can do action and he can put the comedy in it. But is he a good fit for Star Wars?
Well, I think he is.
He
because
is,
I think once again,
sure.
I think once again we have to go back and look at when they 86th Freemakers. It just so happened that there was another animation part that was going on, and it was doing fucking miserable, and it was taking itself way too seriously in an era we don't want, which is Resistance. Like that show was doing shit, and the minute it started doing shit, all of a sudden we can't do Freemaker. We can't have fun even in animation anymore. We can't have any fun in Star Wars, and JJ's right on that.
Detours? You killed Detours because George Lucas couldn't have enough fun with Star Wars. That's why Detours died.
Yeah, and then again we come back and kill off like a bunch of stuff. Like Obi-Wan was not fun at all. Like cutting blubber. Was there a single joke in Obi-Wan?
Anything fun was
It's
related to
dry
Leia,
shit.
and it was very small.
Boba Fett was. I'm not nailing Boba Fett, but like what was funny in Boba Fett when fucking Black Hay was fucking dancing off the screen,
snorting the space,
going to the war. What? There was no. JJ's got a very valid point here. Both Lucas and Dave have had a very interesting way to just kill anything that's fun.
And
I mean, let's be honest. Hey, the fucking holiday special last week was the anniversary. That shit's pretty fun. Spunky or what's the kid's name again?
You've seen Flash a little bit, and right now the only guy in Star Wars I think who can even come close to doing it is Favreau. I may or may not like Favreau's writing. I may or may not like Favreau's writing, but he's the only one that's come close to doing it. And you see it flashes of it with like the interactions between Mando and Grogu, where there's those little funny things about where they're trying to fix the ship or something like that, and you have little flashes of that. But it goes through where the actual core of the story is rather humorless.
Now, I'm gonna tell you this: Lucifer shouldn't talk nothing because he has no fucking clue about Star Wars.
Whoa!
Come on, man.
It was a request of more Jack Black. That's it.
Fuck Jack Black, man. They ruined that episode. Actually, all kidding aside, that episode.
Actually, that episode.
Yes, we know your opinion on
Look,
it.
look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Look, all kidding aside, I like the scene when freaking Mando and freaking what's the face
Bo-Katan?
Bo-Katan were walking with the robots and he's kicking the robots. Like, what are you doing? He's kicking the robots. He's hitting them. Kicking. There were some things I liked about it, but at the end of the day, man, Jack Black is not a character to be in freaking goddamn.
Well, I mean, once again, that's a John and Dave decision. Like that's where I'm telling you, like they don't get what I really don't think. George Lucas is not a funny guy. Nobody's ever mistaken him as somebody who you're like, ooh, that dude got some jokes. Like nobody's ever said George Lucas got some jokes before, right? Like they just haven't. And I feel like Dave and John are the same way. Like, you had to have, like, if you think about Star Wars being funny, a lot of the times when you look at Harrison Ford and if you look at what's his name who played Obi-Wan, they're the dudes that were putting like jokes up in that all the time, dude.
I know.
And Lucas just didn't know they were jokes, or he probably would have cut them. So
I guarantee you the cheeky hello there from Ewan McGregor was probably not in the script. It was probably just like written as a normal line, and Ewan McGregor
McGregor did it. Yeah, like, hello there. Yeah, like that's usually how Star Wars becomes funny, was to sneak it in. And unfortunately, I don't think those people get humor. And maybe too, I would assume, because she's an editor, I'd assume that Catherine Kennedy isn't the funniest person in the world. I'd assume nobody's ever said, ooh, that was a great burn, KK. Like,
we're not trying to gatekeep, Bruce. I'm just saying the fact is that if a real Star Wars fan knows what they're talking about, that's the thing. You casually
wait, hold on. This isn't Bruce's. Hold on, this isn't Bruce's channel. You and Bruce want to argue back and forth. You can do it there.
You guys have another show you can argue on as far as that goes.
I'm just saying the whole fact is that when it comes to shows, certain things, Look,
Bruce,
it's not that-
hold on now. Dom, stop, because Bruce is out of pocket. You know what turns off the audience? Not being funny. Trying, dude. So let's slow down, because the people who are gatekeeping Star Wars aren't Star Wars fans. The main people gatekeeping Star Wars are George Lucas, Dave Filoni, and Jon Favreau. They gatekeep the shit out of Star Wars. So let's, they let that drunk asshole from what's that guy's Prince Jr. say that shit. Lucas has said that dumb shit before. This isn't about, Star Wars isn't for everybody. It's only for little kids. Those are the people trying to gatekeep. So don't come in here with your little Trekkie attitude and start thinking you're going to talk to Star Wars fans and tell us that we're gatekeeping, because a lot of us have great things going on. We have the 501st. What do you Trekkies have? Nothing. We got Celebration. What do you Trekkies have? Nothing. The only thing you do is you send some idiot to the moon, and we don't even know if it's an alien that came back or replaced them while he's trying to feel up, the Golden Girls there, buddy. So let's slow down with who we're saying is gatekeeping over here, right?
Look, let me tell you something. All kidding aside, when it comes down to certain things, certain individuals, it's not like I get pissed off at every goddamn thing when it comes to Star Wars, because
You
there's
get
certain
pissed off
things
at everything in life.
There's certain things I like, I want to see, and it's taken too long to see. And if it's even on the radar, they missed opportunity after opportunity with a lot of good things that they could have possibly did because of the fandom that is more hateful than good. And that's the
problem. But Dom, I'm sorry, I have to disagree with you. Celebration year in and year out, if nothing, and I've been there to multiple ones, I would say are glass-eyed a lot of times, and I would say at least 40% of the audience is overly optimistic and unrealistically happy. Like, I don't know what type of drugs those people are on, but like they'll cheer for Dave Filoni to fart into a mic, bro, and say it smells like roses and it's the best thing they've ever heard. So I mean, there's a difference between, some dumbass goes, why do you care about the streets more than you care about the internet? And here's why: because I live in this, like, in real life, which is the streets. Like, that's the reality. Like, internet isn't real, right? So, like,
call it the bubble.
When you go to Celebration, there's nobody booing Catherine Kennedy. There's nobody booing
nobody.
No, it's all these people that are like, that's why I'm talking to Kingdom of Nerds saying, everybody gatekeep. He's never been to Celebration. That place, they like, Celebration is the heaven of Star Wars, man. Like, you cannot say, the only thing they gatekeep is negative. If you say something, positivity. If you say something negative, you got to whisper it, because they will get on you at Star Wars Celebration. You know what I mean? So.
No, wait. Let me finish. Then we're gonna move on. We've been on this topic way too long.
Thanks, Bruce. Yeah,
I think Marco's mostly right in the fact that, like, it's more of the attitude of whether or not you think people are gatekeeping, all that also exists in where you're looking for it. If you're in the sphere or the bubble of the internet and IG and YouTube and all that, you're gonna see that. Yeah, trust me, because you're not getting outside that bubble and actually seeing where the rest of the fandom kind of is. So it's almost like a Venn diagram where there may be a few people in the middle, but the majority exists on the outside.
Right.
And one or two of those spheres. So,
yeah.
And look, and I'm not saying nobody can get their childhood back. I know that we had our moment, the childhood
we're doing
moment.
This again. We got to get off of Watiki.
Yeah.
No,
hold on, Tom. We got to get off of Watiki. Speaking of childhood, we got to get off of Watiki.
Right.
Speaking of kids and things that Wayseeker likes, there's going to be a young Jedi Adventures tale for Free Comic Book Day. That'll be a new tale. So, pick it up for your kids, and I guess Wayseeker will pick it up for himself. And that'll be that.
And then there'll be a bunch left over.
Yeah.
Unless somebody could try, like, the weird thing about young.
Do not go online and get money for this on eBay. If you do, I'll probably punch you if I ever see you.
We should probably look into what the free comic book day of this is, because I don't even think, with the new characters that showed up in the first appearances of this, I don't think anybody has the balls to try to pump this terrible fucking.
It was
property.
kind of announced a while ago. They gave I forget, and now I even forget who it is, but the cover artist and whatever showed the cover and all that. But I think it was actually announced a while ago that they'd have a story with the High Republic, like Court and stuff, and Nubs in there. So
yeah,
you know what's funny? This book, the first appearance of Nubs, is still at what, 50 cents?
Who knows? I
Well, that's what I'm
it's
saying.
also
Yeah,
a
I don't
free
think.
comic
I
book
mean,
day book. Yeah.
it's a free comic book day book, but yeah,
You
I
know,
don't know.
if he ever makes a live action appearance, down the road in one of the shows,
He's a teddy bear. He's not making a live
He's a
action.
teddy bear,
live
bro.
action. No, I know.
The only way you make it is, hey, if you make a movie like
It's gonna
Ted, and
Yeah,
he's
paint it
Ted,
blue.
No,
Ted painted
Ewoks.
blue.
Ewoks are cracked out freaking Care Bears, man. What do you want, man? They run
Hey, don't
drugs.
you
Ewoks were
talk?
also
I'm
40
sick of
years
this
ago.
blasphemy against Ewoks. Fuck that. Fuck you people and your blasphemy
No,
against Ewoks.
Now-
You know what? This is no, Dom, because here's the thing. Everybody starts trying to talk shit and hating on it, but you were all big fans of Ewoks when they came out. You know what I mean?
I
So
don't
shut
know
up.
about
Yes,
Yeah,
and
Ewoks
that
are
was-
great.
Come on, wasn't it funny? There were some funny things that happened when with the Ewoks, they're throwing the thing.
The
that
Ewoks
was
were
when-
funny as shit. Yeah. Yeah, there's great humor because they couldn't understand. Once again, Lucas couldn't understand what they were saying, so people,
I
he
like-
didn't get it.
I like when Han Solo's like this. He looked at the things. He goes, and
Yeah.
He walks. That was fun. There was like fun elements. You're right. Basically, that type of fun and humor back in Star Wars.
Yeah, man. Ewoks were the comic relief, man.
Speaking of
All right.
the opposite of fun and humor, Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker will get a comics adaptation.
Dom,
Which, you know,
Dom.
wait, before Dom sets in, I'm just going to preface this with my
Jesus.
opinion of saying I did not expect this. Like, literally,
cares?
it's the third part of a trilogy, but also the one we'll care. Okay,
5
you can have your
years
say
later?
now.
5 years
How
later?
many years is it?
5
I thought
years.
it's longer than that. It seems longer.
No,
than
5 years. 1919.
Don't say yes, Ruben. Don't say yes.
2019.
Shut up.
2019.
Shut up. You and Dom can go sit in the corner.
Wait,
Now we are
no, what-
gatekeeping. You two.
why-
No, because
why
because you're in the chat saying, "Oh, this is great news," because now we're gonna get. What did he say? We're gonna get Jedi Book of Boba Fett or some shit.
Yeah, hopefully you get the Book of Boba Fett
See ya.
for my own
Yeah,
self.
see, yeah.
No,
Anyway.
no. Things people don't fucking want. This and
Why?
what you're saying. No. What?
Now the question is why? If you really think about it,
Because
Because
for
now
one,
it's
it's
Not.
the third.
No.
It's the third
No.
part in a trilogy,
No.
and they just want to
No.
put something out.
No.
That's why.
No.
It's easy.
No. It's garbage. They should not do
It's
this.
garbage, but it's easy garbage, which is
Thank
what
you,
Marvel
Sal.
specializes in anymore. To be honest,
Yeah, but they stopped with these little minis. They actually have been doing pretty good the last 2 months. People
This
are
is a
actually
little mini.
reading Star. Yeah, but the
That's what
real
this
minis, not
is.
this book. No, don't you dare! Don't you
No.
dare! Real
they haven't-
original
they
story
have
or
not
minis.
stopped. They've been doing this for the last year and a half. They've been doing adaptation.
All right, Ahsoka
minis.
has been going. I just don't think anybody's
Yeah.
buying it.
no,
So,
but no,
yeah, I mean,
But what I'm saying is, the last 2
I'm not
months we've
saying
had
they're
these
good
minis.
or they do
writing
well.
shit.
I'm just saying they've been doing it. Like, this should not be a surprise to
but
anyone.
the thing is now think about it. The Rise of Skywalker wasn't received well. They didn't do an adaptation to the series.
I don't
when
know
it
what I
came
said.
out.
Okay,
You waited 5 years later, maybe because they're bringing back Kylo Ren in a new story. They're trying to promote.
Ruben, I'm gonna mute you.
Oh.
I'm gonna mute fucking Ruben. One more comment like this or like
Oh.
this, and he's getting a mute. He's getting a
Hey.
mute.
Hey, Ruben, you want the first
Yeah,
appearance?
here we
of
go.
The horse is riding in space. Come on,
Nope.
You-
Nope.
just somehow Palpatine
Right.
returned.
I'm gonna
No.
send Ruben to the shallow realm if he continues with this. Either
Papa-
one of you.
I don't
Move
even
along.
think
No
there's any
butts.
sense of-
No butts.
I
Move.
don't even
No.
know if
Move
this will have
along.
that many-
We cut.
This
We,
should have-
dude, this was
wait,
supposed to
wait,
be like
real
5
quick.
stories. It's taking us an hour to get through news.
Real quick, will that even have first appearances in it, though? I don't know if they'll have that many, but they've appeared other places by now in the 5 years. Anyways, so this was a weird thing that just confused the hell out of everyone. Apparently, so if you remember last week, we reported that the first brother was listed in the encyclopedia that came out a couple weeks ago, which is an official encyclopedia, mind you, as the character from the
First
Ahsoka
brother,
Tales
yeah.
of the Jedi. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first brother. Well, now they've apparently miscounted somehow. Something along those lines was their excuse that they put out on a Discord post. One of the creators of the encyclopedia, they missed, and the first brother is actually Marek. So the first brother that we saw in the Ahsoka Tales of the Jedi now goes back to being some unidentified Inquisitor who we have no idea is.
Yeah,
Who's
they-
not
So
the first
they've
brother?
just completely fucked up the
But
explanation. for who-
dude, no.
why.
Here's what they've already screwed up on that thing because this is a Dave problem. Dave is. We might as well just start calling him R.R. Martin or George R. Martin, whatever Martin's name is. He's forgetting his own shit. Like he say at one point he had said, him or Pablo, one of the two, that the title of First Brother doesn't mean it's actually numerical order, that multiple people could hold the realm of the title. So that's all they had to say. That's all they had to say. They don't. What is this nonsense now?
Well,
I have no idea.
it's confused people, and they actually did a couple more
Yeah.
retcon.
Yeah.
Which is Shakti. Shakti wasn't killed by Grievous, was killed by Anakin. The cutscene from the lead
Stop,
scene.
stop and read the comment of what he just said, because you have to let. In fact, Darth Vader is not Luke's father.
It was a DNA mistake the whole time. We didn't do the DNA test.
They had
Ring a
multiple-
bell.
Oh my god,
Nah,
Kills and Cork's amazing.
so they
Good
also
job, back
Shakti,
on it.
the Shakti thing, that she was killed by Anakin, not by Grievous. So the deleted scene from Revenge of the Sith is now canon.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand that, but this is more of the Darth Vader thing. You didn't have to say either one of these two things. You already had an explanation.
I
And
know.
this is why when you go too deep in the woods with canon, this is how you make things not fun anymore.
And that's the problem. That's why I wish
Like,
they would
trying to figure all this weird web of what the hell Inquisitors, what canon.
Yeah, let
is just
us do
a
that.
mess.
Let us
Yeah.
use our imaginations. You want to say it's for
Yeah.
kids? No, it's for people. Star Wars is for people with imaginations. Let us
What kid-
imagine.
What kid
what
could
it's about.
follow this nonsense?
No.
What kid could follow this nonsense? Like seriously.
Oh boy. That's why Wayseeker's got a child's mind. That's why he likes Nubs, because it's easy. Blue Bear, good.
Yeah,
There's
it's
something
Everybody
very
else
interesting about the encyclopedia too. There's characters not in it. Nobody from the Acolyte is in the book.
Well,
But
they tried that book
the
way ahead of time.
And
Yeah, they-
Cara Dune
yeah.
is back. We have a big page of Cara Dune. She's back with a huge page. So
Well, Cara Dune was in there. I don't know what the hell. Why wouldn't Cara Dune be in the
I know,
encyclopedia?
but I'm surprised they had her picture because she's having the lawsuit. It is freaking guy Gina Carano. They put her.
It doesn't
it's a
matter,
Disney-
Dom. They gave her
They-
the check
Dom-
to be in the first season.
Yeah,
You
they
can go
have the
watch it
rights
now on
to
Disney
that.
Plus. Like,
I
who gives a
know,
shit?
I know, but it's still that they're putting merch out.
No, you
with
don't
her.
know. Because they can make money off of it. Why would you make
Yeah.
money off of it?
But
It's
I'm
an
just saying,
encyclopedia filled with characters. Why wouldn't
No,
she be in
Dom, she doesn't
don't
have
get
the
it.
rights to any of that
No.
money.
the fact is they could put the character in there without her picture. They could just have a spreadsheet.
it? Oh yeah,
There's
that would go.
There's characters
Yeah,
in the
that
book
would go
without,
over well.
without
That
Well,
would cause more drama, dude. Oh
I
yeah,
know,
that's
but
smart.
It'd be worse than.
Hey,
if you
but Dom, what's a goon to a goblin? They don't care. They own the rights.
Yeah.
They're just showing, hey, we can
She
put
was
your
an-
picture in a
she was
book
an
and not
actress
pay you
paid to
for
be
it.
in a movie or in a
Yeah,
TV
we already
show,
gave
like,
you your check. Dude, that's like the person that gets fired from McDonald's, running back to McDonald's and going, oh shit, you ain't anything without me, blah, 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 blah. They're like, you already served 1,000 fries. What the fuck do we need you for? We don't
But-
need you. You already did it. We already
Weird
paid you.
analogy, but
We don't.
basically.
Yeah.
Anyway, back
Yeah.
to the
I mean, that's
actor.
it.
The
Oh no, I
character-
just because I was watching something. Somebody from McDonald's said that they needed back pay because they serve more fries than anybody else, so that they need to be
No.
paid more now that they got fired. It's
and
like
Vess-
you don't get paid more.
and Vess, what's her name? Vess in the game. The
Yeah,
the pet in it.
KVS.
Yeah, Kay Vest is not in it, but the pet is.
Kevin, dude, they replaced. Dude, I would love it if they replaced her with somebody named Kevin. Dude. Yeah, weren't you on fries last week? Nice.
You know,
All right, go move along. The chat's
We're
killing
almost
me.
done. We got one more rumor came in. I think this. Is
Oh,
about
Henry's
nonsense.
never missed his name getting
Yeah.
him where there's a bag available.
Well, it's not even Henry. Like people keep putting Henry's name in everything. I don't understand. Poor Henry Cavill. I guess because he's kind of a nerd type, like personality. But
He
every
loves to
nerd
have Henry
thing-
Cavill in his mouth, dude, like all the time. He's all about it.
But yeah, so I don't know. This to me is like when they're like, "Oh, well, he's in the talk to do a Star Wars character." I don't regard these rumors as any damn truth until you tell me at least what he's in the talk to be a Star Wars character in. Like, what show,
Hey,
what project, whatever. Like,
Yeah, wasn't
The,
when Wick 4 came out? Wasn't it that?
well, last
Keanu
week it was Lady
Reeves was gonna
Gaga. This week it's Harry Cavill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and when
personally,
Wick 4 was, Keanu Reeves was. We were gonna
Yeah.
get. Remember
Right,
the
yeah.
Batman thing? So we were gonna get Woody Harrelson was gonna be in Star
Yeah.
Wars. Well, wait, wasn't he in Star
he
Wars?
wasn't.
He was in Star Wars.
Yeah,
He was best. See,
right.
so he could be written in the new trilogy as a.
He can be in
character.
anything. That's the point.
I know.
Like,
I know.
he can show up anywhere, and then these people are gonna be like, "Yeah, see, I was right." Well, shit.
Dom,
yeah,
what you should do is go back to writing these rumors and be like, these are the 5 people and places he could be, and start a 2-minute story, a 1-page story on that, instead of going on to TikTok or whatever you're on. All right, what's up next? Yeah, next week that Logan Paul kid is.
2 fun stories to cap us off. One was, you may or may not, I did a sports thing last week. I'm going to do a sports thing this week. Miles Turner of the Indiana Pacers. Pacers had Star Wars night. Nobody
cares about the Indiana Pacers. Pacers suck.
No,
Overrated,
give me an idea.
garbage, trash for life. They've never had a good player.
Nobody
Gary
cares
Harris.
about
Shout out
the
Gary
Pacers.
Harris, though.
Let
Green,
me
go
finish.
white.
I don't care
So
about.
Nobody cares about the Pacers. Hey, Indiana got smoked by Ohio State last
As you
night.
know-
Just rolled. Indiana sucks.
Hey, I'm still wearing the hat.
Fair.
As you know, NBA players show off their fit when they come to the stadium or the arena. Every year for Star Wars night, he goes all out in full Star Wars cosplay to show up for the game on Star Wars night. This year was Kylo Ren. Last year was Han Solo. I think the year before that he did Mandalorian. So
I don't care about him. I care about her. That's who I care about.
I knew Dom was going to say that.
Like that, man. Yeah, I couldn't care less about this dude.
Dom just likes the
I
Leia.
quit.
But he always arrives too with an entourage on Star Wars night. So
No, but see, I just love this. I love the fact that the players are nerds too. They love they love Star Wars, and they love. Hey, look, you know what's funny? I see a lot of Kylo Ren cosplay in a lot of the cons I go to. Kylo Ren is a popular character, so I can see why they're going to make the Rise of Skywalker comic adaptation, because it is Kylo Ren's redemption back to Ben, and it makes sense because maybe he's a Force ghost in the new series. Maybe he's comes back. Maybe he didn't die. Who knows? I don't know, because no one dies in Star Wars anyway. So, but this is cool. I actually like this.
Mhm.
You know.
yeah, I always like it too when they do a Star Wars night.
Yeah.
It's fun. The fans get a kick out of it. So, and the players.
I like
seem
to
enjoy it. At least-
apologize. I like to apologize for my rant against all of Indiana Pacers. They've had Larry the Legend there, who kept losing to Magic Johnson, go green, go white. They've also had Isaiah Thomas over there and Gary Harris. However,
Yeah.
O'Neal, you're a bum. You're a
I'm gonna
bum. Work
I'm gonna
better
let him
world
go
peace. You got
because-
your butt knocked out. You're a bum. Jackson, you're a bum. Yeah, you start that crap
I'm
in
gonna let
Detroit,
him
see what
go.
happens. Start that stuff. See what
I
happens.
can never remember. Marco, are you Michigan or Michigan State?
It's Michigan State. I went to Michigan for one semester.
Well, I'll never root harder for a Michigan or a Michigan State team than I will next week, because Ohio State fans and the fan base are the absolute fucking worst. I'm sorry.
That's because you don't live
And
in
that
this state.
program too. But yeah,
Dude, every trailer park, like any trailer park, is full of University of Michigan.
yeah.
Never been to the campus, never been to
We'll see.
college, which you don't have to, but like,
We'll save the deeper discussion for maybe afterwards.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, Marco, I was just telling JJ about Kylo Ren. In a lot of the cons I go to, a lot of cosplay in Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren.
there is. It's because it's very easy to play.
Yeah.
very easy to play, and that's why the popularity of Kylo Ren. There's more popularity.
Good
to
for
that character.
good for that dude for being 7 foot tall and putting on a Han Solo costume that actually looks like a Han Solo costume.
Exactly.
Shout out
Well,
that guy.
you should-
Who-
I
by
didn't
the way,
bring it
who
up there,
dressed up
but
as
you should have seen.
Shout out to
who dressed up
Leia
as
too.
Leia? I don't
Shout
know.
out to Leia
I don't know
too.
who the Leia is.
No, I love Leia.
Very popular. Very popular costume. Leia, very popular costume.
I don't
That's
see
all
the
I'm saying.
I don't see
You
the
got
dude.
put her in the Jabba. You got put her in the Jabba outfit.
Well, she
Leia
probably will
was
be.
looking very Leia-esque. Leia was very Leia-esque.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Next story.
Oh
another
yeah.
fun
You
feel-good
can't
story.
criticize Archel. You can get him. You can get him, Archel. I don't care. He's just mad he lost.
Another good feel-good story. Horribly mispronounced her name, but
Jesus.
is it Lilani?
Jesus.
Lilani.
Lilani Shiu. But anyway, she has
Yeah.
played a Jawa on several of the Disney
I've
Plus.
seen her in a con. a couple
Yeah.
times.
Very nice lady.
Yeah, she's very popular. Yeah.
But she went to a children's
Yeah.
hospital this week, dressed as a Jawa and gave out stuff to the children at Ronald McDonald. So, I wish more
That's
actors
cool.
would do this type of thing. Some
I
do,
gotta
some
say,
don't.
if you have, okay, and I have to say, if you have the opportunity to ever go work around Ronald McDonald House, please do it. It's very good. And here's what I'm going to tell you: if you work in the kitchen to do the food, don't do like the basics. Cook home cooked meals for them, right?
Yeah.
Don't do the normal chicken fingers, burgers and stuff. Just get like when we went out there one time. My brother was one of the CFOs for McDonald's, and we went out there, like not on the high CFO level, but like they have regional like CFOs for like tier 3 product investment. So he pretty much did the finances for franchisees to go into Walmart's. Easiest way to say it, right? That's what he did. And we would go and volunteer there. And we cooked, I think I did a stuffed pork roast. It was the first time I ever made a casserole. Never made one before, but he's like, dude, you got to make a chicken casserole. So we made like a not in the box chicken casserole, which is pretty much just noodles. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I didn't know what a casserole is. I know what it is now. It's not such a bad meal, but I would never eat it. Then we did like a succotash, some other stuff like that. That's the type of stuff we were serving. Parents would come down, look at what the meal was, and then bring their kids in because they're like, thank God it's not chicken fingers and ham, because like, you know,
Cheeseburger.
they're in these hospital situations. Yeah, the garbage they can get in fast food. So, hey, man, it's a wonderful experience. They give you a wonderful kitchen, at least the one I was in.
They're very nice,
too, actually. Kitchens are very wonderful. They're great. Huh?
So they're very nice places.
Yeah.
We've got one here in our town, too.
Yeah, they're very cool. So shout out McDonald's, Ronald McDonald's house. It's really cool. And if you've ever had to spend an extended period of time in a hospital or with people, it's like a great thing to do. And this usually is families that, you know, they work or whatever, and they have to be able to spend some time with their kids. So it's not just the kid that are in the hospital, because you typically don't have them there, but it's their siblings that, unfortunately, you know, you have siblings that are bored as shit sitting in a hospital. So having someplace they can go and have a nice meal, and, you know, the parents are happy with it, is good. So
just doing something nice and humble, and you know, it makes you feel good after you do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what that part. I'm just saying, like, this is it's cool to have the. If you ever get the experience to do a Ronald McDonald house, do it. I had a wonderful experience there. So
you know who does it a lot? The 501 does a lot of charity work.
Yeah,
you know, like the stuff they go to hospitals. They do they really do a lot of things. Cool stuff like that.
Yep. But
yeah,
that was the weekend news.
That was a long ass week. We over an hour.
We talked a lot. We talked a lot through that.
Yeah,
I know it was. You said it was short. Yeah. Tiki Watiki got.
Great.
Hey, this was the exact same number of slides as last week. We just talked more. You can't blame me.
It was interesting topics in the news.
Yeah, they weren't all trolling. They weren't all trolling. They weren't all about a blue bear. But.
Yeah, I think that's good. All right, let's get to this week in comics. Like I said, these minis now, this Battle of Jakku minis they keep putting out. This is the #1 for Republic Under Siege. Really great writing. Storyline move fast. It kind of follows like, it's almost Game of Thrones style now. They're like following 4 characters, 5 characters, and having them kind of interlink, and some of them aren't interlinking at the time. You know what I mean? Like going in and going out of each other's lives, which was really kind of cool. The only thing I'll say about this is I don't know who the hell this artist is, but holy doll eyes. Like, if you've ever been in a room where somebody collects like ceramic dolls, like the dead eye look, every single page.
Is that Mama?
These
that looks like
oh yeah, that's the one at the bottom. Yeah.
You look like you're Karen.
I feel like they all have the same nose and like facial feature too, but yeah.
Bro, I was just like, could you please not draw another dead-eyed person?
Jeez.
And it's the females he does it on. The other ones he won't show the face on it. But like, if you could get over the dead eyes on every page. And by the way, there's nothing else on there's some words on the page, but there's nothing else but these headshots staring at you in these panels, dude. It is, and like I didn't even do the one that like there's one of Leia. It's wrong. Yeah, it's wrong, so I didn't even do it. But and same thing with what's her name on the right. I just didn't want to do it because it was a lot like the lady on the left. And I'm just like, yo, dude, I cannot, like, Leia giving you the fucking blank stare eyes was just too much. But the book overall, really good. And guess what? Spoiler alert. I know we're not supposed to spoil stuff, but they say it in the next one anyways. Dr. Aphra's back. Dr. Aphra's back.
Yeah,
Dr. Aphra's back. Good. And by the way, it sure as shit seems like they're writing Dr. Aphra like they did originally. Because I'm not going to say why she's back, but it's similar storylines to when we first kind of saw her in what she's doing. So like,
She's an older,
shout
more
out
mature
Afra.
assassin now, which is good.
Yeah, see, Dwayne Scott gets it. No matter where you look on that page, those eyes, they're still
It's
yeah,
like that
they're
doll.
still.
It's like the doll. The doll's looking at you, and you walk like that, and the doll's eyes are going back and forth.
That's what I'm saying. Ceramic dolls, dude. It's dude. It's wild, bro. Dude, they are
painting
dead
in a
eyes.
Scooby-Doo cartoon.
Yep, it's crazy. But hey, the book's really good, man. I hope everybody's enjoying it. Shout out to whoever decided that was coming next week. We have got number 2. And by the way, well, Afra came back this week, Dom. You didn't read the book.
I know. She came back this week,
But it's going to be now. So that's another part of the section we're going to see there. Going to be a pretty big part. We're also bringing back some bounty hunters that we've had before. One that tried to assassinate Maw and Mothra. So we'll see that. A Wookiee. I hear new Wookiees. I think a new Wookiee showed up in this last book, if I'm correct. Or maybe it's this book. One of the two, a new Wookiee shows up. It's like I can't say his name, but he's a Wookiee. So there you go. I think he was in a hologram in this book. He's supposed to show up next one. And then supposedly we're supposed to get Echoes of Fear number 3, which is pretty good. And then we're supposed to get the Republic, Star Wars Adventure number 2, Dispatches from the Occlusion Zone. I don't think anybody remembers what the fuck this book's about. Chat?
I forgot.
Anybody?
No,
Yeah.
No.
Don't even know.
No, I know Crash is in it. And
drawn differently for the 20th time.
Wayseeker would be pulling it up on his phone right now to read the analysis so that he could act like anybody fucking can remember what this book is about. But yeah, good luck with that. Only 8 covers from what I saw. FOC.
No.
This is what I'm going to talk about here. Dom kind of talked about it before. I said, Dom, you're going to spoil it, so don't say anything. But we can talk about it now because, Dom usually will just, whatever we're saying behind stage, just blurt out at the beginning of the show. The 1 in 10 copies. Now, I'm not saying they're selling for $10 because they aren't. They're usually selling for cover. But they are very popular. Like extremely popular. Like every con I go to or the LCSs, as soon as they get off the $10 mark, people are picking these up. Multiple people are picking up one copy of them. They really like these sketch covers. Who is this one again?
Shin Hati.
Who is Shin Hati?
Balin's
I mean, it's supposed to be
Balin's it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look much like her, but people like them. All of them. They're selling at a certain price point, so just let them get down to the price point and go.
I think the last one was Morak.
Yeah, Morak did very well.
Hey, enough for anything. The artwork.
Yeah, but was it just Morak? Who's the one before it? Who's the one before? There was somebody. It was like an Ahsoka one or somebody. Or Sabine. The Sabine one did really well.
Sabine, the Hera one. The Hera one did good.
Yeah, the Hera one did awesome too. Like selling wise, not big prices, but actually volume. Like they sell pretty good volume.
Not for
the rest of the covers
look okay. They don't look bad. It looks like
but Dom, I would not pay $6 for any of these books.
I know,
but the 1 in 25, and this is why you're gonna get a couple of it. It's a Balin. It's not bad.
Santa Balin.
I like.
Yeah, ho.
It's covered. And look, Ahsoka. It does look like Rosario Dawson. The artwork. I'm telling you, the artwork is
Wookiee. Wookiee, I almost agree with you on that, but it's not like they're buying it the day of the book. They're usually waiting like a month till the next one gets off because that's when the discount starts coming into the 1 in 10s, and then they're swiping them up. So I agree and disagree. I guess. I think people are getting them. I really do think people are getting them for the artist to sign. I'll be honest with you. I think that's.
I don't like that.
Continue these in other series. The concept art covers in other series that come out.
I think that's. I think
they've had them before in other things. iRepublic.
Yeah, they've had one
for a long time.
Yeah.
But I think if they're going to, I think if a character shows up in a book that's also been in live action, like let's say that you have Luke Skywalker, why don't you do deep fake concept art Luke Skywalker? Because Hamlin's still around. You can get him to sign it. You can get it and sign it, right? Yeah. Like if you get if you do like if you got if you're doing Lando in a book, which he's showing up in a book coming up soon, you do a concept art of all right, hey, Call 45. You know what I mean? You do this. Or you do a Glover cover or something like that. You know what I mean? Either one, I think, would work out well. So I think, yeah, that's a good idea. I just don't think, like, I mean, if you're gonna do these stupid ass things, which they are for Skywalker, Rise of the Skywalker, I guess just do a Rey cover that's a concept art, do a Kylo cover that's a concept art. Not that we haven't seen it before because we have. No, don't do that book.
They're gonna have to because it's part of the
just
story.
don't do that book.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to do shit.
Well, they
should do any more of
book.
these.
They'll do it.
Red Skywalker.
I know.
So that cover's good. The Last Stand with the.
Did you see what he did here? He got away from getting muted because he did something where he didn't call it awesome and everybody has to buy it, and also didn't say. All right. Also on FOC, Star Wars: The Battle of Jakku. Yeah, it's gonna have too many covers on that too. The Last Stand. We get two covers here. I think one of these is gonna be the ratio, huh?
It's with Han Solo's goatee or whatever on the.
I like that, the Dotson cover. That's pretty cool cover.
That's the Dotson
I don't
cover.
like
Yeah, is that gonna be a ratio? I don't know if that's gonna be a ratio or not.
I don't know.
The other one were listed as ratios, but that is a Dotson cover. Yes.
Was it Guest? How do you say Geist? The first cover.
Geist.
It's the first cover.
Gist.
Right? The Gist.
Yeah. I agree with
one glove or two. Yeah, he's got one glove on one thing and two gloves. He's got one glove on the middle cover and two gloves on the cover on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, what? Oh yeah. Good job. I don't know. The book's good. If you can get one of the covers, get the Dotson, I guess. All right. That's it for FOC. We'll go into toys and then we'll come back with looking at the comic books for whatever. Dom, let's go in here.
All right. So
what the shit is this?
So this is a prototype of what's coming out. So they're coming out with a Rey and Ben Skywalker pop. So they're making either a 2-pack or it's a movie moment. So they're still doing Rise of Skywalker stuff. So regardless of the fact, they're still.
I guess they need to fill that garbage dump up with something.
I was gonna say it's almost like they make too many pops. Oh wait,
they do.
Well, this is the prototype, so it should be coming out. Maybe this might be a con exclusive Star Wars Celebration. Who knows when it happens?
Oh my God, what garbage!
So this was a little crazy. So they came out with this deluxe IG-12. With Grogu in the middle. They didn't paint the arms and legs. So there's been that's
because nobody likes vintage.
Marco's favorite toy line.
Yeah. I don't know.
That is a little.
I mean, why do you even have all these little trinkets with him? Because he can't. I mean, he's only got 1 point of articulation.
I know.
That's it. Can't do anything. That's it.
There were a lot of complaints with this. So, no.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
they got off their mommy city to complain about it long enough. Okay.
All right. So this is a picture. So Yak Face came up with saying that
shout out Yak Face, the best in the industry.
Yeah, Shadows of the Empire is getting another figure. So the Royal Guards that Luke was in Royal Guard disguise in Shadows of the Empire. This could be a Luke.
It's been like 3 years since they came out with something like that. It's been like 3 years.
Something like that. So they got Prince Sizor coming out and a potential Dash Rendar. So we'll get some Shadows of the Empire. Yay.
How do you have a potential? If you're doing Shadow. Wait.
So
no, JJ, no.
No.
What?
Okay.
What happened?
Nothing. Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
So Balin is if you're into the lightsabers from Black Series, head roll, you get the Balin Skull's lightsaber, which is pretty cool.
These are starting to go on sale again, which is nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout that. Also, shout out Target, $20 off of the original Joy-Cons.
Do you have to buy a super long lightsaber blade to go on it?
No, it has
Put
it connect it.
Yeah, that has it.
It has it.
I don't know if it's super long, but it has it.
I have the dark saber over here, so it has the hilt. You can take it off and put the hilt on the shelf and stuff like that. Which it comes.
That's kind of cool.
Missed the joke, but that's okay.
I get it. Yeah. I said yeah.
So, so we're getting the Ahsoka ship. From
we already had this.
I know, but this one's coming out. There's another one coming out. 290 pages.
It's a repeat of the Clone Wars one.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this should be coming out soon.
That's cool.
I don't know when. And then we're getting a home one Star Cruiser.
They gotta get the fuck out of here with some of these things that they're doing. Did
I
you see
know.
our boy Leaky Trooper? He bought the barge. It comes with 2 boxes inside it. It's like there's so many effing pieces to that thing.
That
It
is
comes
huge.
with a booklet this big just
Yeah,
to
but-
build the damn thing.
Yep.
Isn't that what Lego people want? Like, why wouldn't you want something big that takes
Yeah,
a long time
fair.
to build?
I mean, it's 500. Honestly, I was looking at it and I was like, man, my kid, it would take him at least 3 weeks to put that shit together. For $500, it might be worth it.
I think they would take. I think they would be. People would, at least Lego people would be more upset if there were less pieces than more. But I could be wrong.
Yo, more is better when it comes to Lego. People love
That's
the
what I was
Lego.
thinking, yeah.
Yeah, no, but I just think like eventually, like that price point of like they've kind of gotten away from that $25 price point. It seems like
Yeah.
they keep pushing
Yeah, the
closer and
price is a
closer
little
to
bit out of
500.
hand, but
$500
everything.
price point. So like they're just not giving us they're not giving us the same. And I'm not I'm not talking inflation stuff. I'm saying they're just the quantity of that price point of like even when you're buying gifts for kids' birthdays, which I know most of the people watching the show don't have to do, but I do. So like that $20, $25 price point used to be a great thing for Legos. And I unfortunately think the more they get away from it, the less we're going to have interest in kids. Like I just did the charity tree thing, where you pick some things for kids. And like out of 100 different kids, there's maybe 5 kids that actually had Legos listed as what they want for presents, which is it used to be a lot more than that. So, I mean, just out of range. Anyways, is that it, Dom?
Oh, there was one more thing. I don't know.
No, there wasn't. I just put up what you tell me, bro.
It's 6
There was a
slides.
there was a statue that was come up. I don't know. It came up. Okay. There was a
You
statue
said,
that-
Marco, there's 6 slides. 1, 2,
That's
3,
6 slides.
4, 5, 6.
No,
6
that's fine.
slides.
Okay.
What?
There was a statue that
1,
1, 2,
2.
3,
4,
5, 6. Okay, 6. Okay.
5,
I
6.
got the statues. There was a 13-inch statue.
It's like Sesame Street.
1, 2, 3 statue. So there was a statue, a 13-inch statue, 1/6 size, 1,000-piece from Gentle Giant. It was the Snow Trooper. Which,
Yeah. It's not Santa. Yeah. Well, dude, so this is it. A 6-year-old, one of the people I took off of Anonymous Santa was, or whatever you want to call it. We should actually see that before we get into the comic books. We'll do this. So it's a 6-year-old and he wanted a button-up shirt, like a dress shirt for a 6-year-old too. I was like, that's wild. And then it just said Legos after that. Which Lego line should I buy him? Think about that. Which Lego line should I buy him? Because he didn't say anything. And that's the sad part is like
6-year-old. Dang.
so we pick a boy and a girl because I have a boy and a girl. So we pick a boy and a girl. The girl said like it was cool. I can't remember what the heck she said. It was some character she wanted. Oh, Princess Peach. She wanted a Princess Peach something, but she also gave like all her size, like her shoe size, blah, 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 blah. So I'll throw a couple hundred down on it. She'll just get a whole load of stuff, right? And then the boy, unfortunately, like if you're asking for like a button-up shirt, bro, lock it up. What do you need? Because I'll get you a whole damn suit. You know what I mean? I'll get you a whole fucking suit if you're asking for a button-up shirt. Like if you got that type of responsibility where you don't got a church shirt, cool, bro. What do you need? Because I get you. You're good. You're good. We can go. So I'll get you toys. When you're asking for dress shirts, you're going to get a shit ton of toys. So, but it said all it said was Legos, and I'm like 6. I think 6 plus somewhere around there, between 6 and 7.
Didn't at one time they have like Nintendo Legos? Like Mario?
yes, I was about to say the Nintendo
They
Legos.
do.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
they have Sonic. That's what the one that. Oh, okay. So
Sonic
that's
probably
not a
work
good
too.
one. Hold on. The one that's not good is the Mario one because it's all sets and you have to do stuff and there's batteries and you have to.
Well, I don't know.
Those
I
are-
don't know the ages.
That
of Legos.
Nintendo's one's not.
As far as the sets go, I'm just thinking brands. But yeah.
Minecraft's got some wild ones too. I have this 3-in-1 that I haven't. It's like, I think it's like $100 set now, but it wasn't. I got it really cheap. I got 20, but it's like you can build it's like this big. It's one of those big ones, the big boxes. They used to sell them, I think, at Walmart or something for like $100, and it's like you can build a pirate ship. You can build
Young
a
Jedi
castle.
Adventures.
What's that? No, I'm not getting that kid Young Jedi Adventures. They are cool, but Ruben, you know what I'm saying. Like you got to have them like they can't. They don't really play with other sets. It's if you get the Mario ones, you have
but like
to
if you're getting in multiple ones, it may not be a bad idea to get like a one skewed for his age and then one maybe a little bit above, like 8 to 10 or something. Like
that's a good idea. Yeah.
On maybe or something.
I wonder if I still got one of those 3-in-1 Minecrafts. Those are cool too. All right, cool, man. All right, here we go. We're getting into the CBSI Hot 10 list. Are these comics time to buy them? Are they worthless? What happened to them? Dom, here we go. First one, back September. So about over a year ago. Dr. Aphra, number 36, the 1 in 100. This is your boy. Isn't this your boy Gist?
Yes.
Your boy Gist. This is the version. They did a regular version. High sales. Best offer accepted over $212 on a 250 ask. A couple sales for 140 and 160 for this 1 in 100. Dom, where do you think we're at now on this book?
$50. Let's
see. So Raws are going for $60, so a little bit $10 over. A 9.8 recently went for $149. However, there was another 9.8 that they put up for auction, which was before this actual 9.8 sold for $149. I don't know why you put it up for auction. 20 bits, $46. So it either goes for $146 if you list it properly. If you just throw it up for a random auction, $46. Make sure, boys, if you need a book and girls, make sure you go to auctions because you can really get a steal there.
I like that. If I could have got that book for that price, the 9.8, I would have definitely got that because I like that.
This was, I think, like a week and a half between each other too. So it's like really weird. But there you go. This book, actually, I was surprised. I thought this book, because there was an A cover, would be a $20 book at this point. To see it still at $60 raw on average is probably more than
autograph. You get autographed by Rosario Dawson and you get by Ashley Eckstein. You know, if you find
fair
young lady, fair. What's the young girl's name that played Ahsoka in the Ahsoka series with the Clone Wars scene? The one that was Gamora, young Gamora. What's her name?
What are you talking about?
The young girl that played the young Ahsoka in.
Bro, you're asking the dude that doesn't know any actor or actress. How would I know that?
Well, anyway, if you get all 3 Ahsokas signing that book, which would be really cool.
Yeah, that sucks. As long as they, shout out Wookiee Fanatic and somebody canceling the sale. Bum move, dude. All right, Thrawn number 6. This is interesting. I know, like as you know, sometimes we go with opinions, and then Pete writes why the book's there, which I wouldn't say it was there because of this reason. I think I gave this book up, and I said the first part was it. The first appearance of Aralana. As we know, that's one of the characters we thought, because you see Thrawn, eventually it will lead into it, especially the storyline they're going on. Seems the recent push for the meeting with Thrawn and Vader. I've never heard that before. Dom, have you heard that rumor?
No. I haven't heard that.
Well, that's what Pete said. Pete's got an opinion, so it's not a big fan of first meetings. I don't think that's why this book was going for this. It was selling around $30, while complete sets were selling for $120. This was October, so this was for over a year ago.
So basically, the novel, yes. In the novel, you had, Vader meeting up with Thrawn in the novel. I know the comics are different, but I would have definitely liked to see this in live action, though.
So this is, I think, around the time that the second book was coming on, and you had a lot of Anakin on there. So maybe somebody was trying to push that narrative, but I don't think that's why it was. It was also around the time of the Ahsoka show where you're seeing, or not the Ahsoka show. What is the Ahsoka show?
Wait, the Ahsoka show. Also, what's the name? The alien race, the Grisk.
Yeah.
Wasn't they in their first appearance? Wasn't in this? Which book?
Wasn't in this book. It was in the next series. This is for the first series. Sorry, those people that don't know, this is the first series, book number 6. So this is where you get Thrawn's.
No, this is the first. No, 2003. It wasn't the first Thrawn series.
No, this is from the list in 2003, buddy.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm saying is, when the second series came out, I think that's where Pete was trying to go with the Vader thing. We put this on the list because it was Ariana's and the Ahsoka show was coming up. Yeah. He then added that, like, people are saying it's because of Vader. I don't believe it was because of Vader. I don't think that's why the price spiked. And one set through 1 through 6 we're going through there. Honestly, right now it's going for $7 raw. 9.6s, however, are going for $100. There's not a lot of raw sales on this because people are selling it mostly in sets, and the sets are still going $450, and most of them are in the $70 to $75, $80 range for the sets. So if you don't have a set, go out there, look for a good set. You can probably get it cheap is probably $50, but mainly you're going to be paying $75 to $80 for the 6-part set. Sometimes there's actually a variant in the set because people don't know what they're listing. So make sure you guys are checking that stuff out, dude.
Exactly.
You might be able to get a long one. All
Well,
right.
pretty cool cover.
This is the book that Dom said. Cool cover. It's a winner. It'll always be a winner. I said, I got like 10 of these. I don't know. I see this book all the time. And I'm telling you right now, if you see this book at a con, it might be worth buying at a con because both covers are selling new release and both feature Bad Batch. He's talking about the A and B cover. They've quickly rose to $10 to $15 of the week, gone for 40 sales, right? We all got in on some of that money because it's awesome selling these books for double or to triple the price. And that was in 2003. I was surprised at this one because I just saw this being sold for cover at the last con I was at. I was like, man, I don't even feel like paying cover for this. And then I saw one for $2 in the $2 bins, and I started picking up a couple of them in the $2 bins just in case. Well, that was a good move because that A cover is selling still to this day, recently as this last week, $14 for cover A on average. 9/8s, however, are selling for $94. The B cover, which I don't even think I might have one of the B cover. I didn't think it was that great of a cover. I thought the A cover was better, but the B cover are averaging $11. 9/8s are $75. Here's the interesting part. As these covers are individually selling for a total, if you combine them on average of $25, sets are selling for $20 less.
Well, now that
I don't understand this.
The Bad Batch new series is coming out, the 5-part series. So they are reintroducing the Bad Batch again in comics, getting like limited series. So maybe that little push is pushing these to stay the way they are.
Why are 9/8 so cheap in this fucking book? And then, but Raws are like,
I don't know. And that's the
I mean, right.
Dude, this was
not right for a $10 or $15 book, $94.
I mean, this book was $15 when it came out a year ago. It's pretty close to $15 for at least the A cover now. I mean, it's in the rate. This book is still selling a year later for the prices it was selling a year ago. Raw. You guys see that, right?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, $15 to $20. It's $11 to $14.
I would have definitely.
So I don't know. A lot of guys forgot these and are selling a little bit cheaper.
That cover A would have been a nice virgin cover.
Mm-hmm.
If they took they had a minute virgin cover, I would. That'd have been a nice cover.
Yeah, maybe. It reminds me a lot of the cover of the Clone Force 99.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, this is something, the 1 in 25s. We didn't get into all of them. This one is Star Wars, the High Republic, Shadow of Star Wars. I think this is number 3. It is. It's a 1 in 25. It was going for $35 to $50. Now, remember, this was one of the 1 in 100s. These were the connecting covers.
Yeah.
Raws now are $9 on average. There was an outlier sold for $19. But somebody was selling lots. I'll explain this. Somebody was selling lots of 5 of this for $6.99. I don't know. It said lot of 5, but they also have lot of 2. If for those people that don't know, Marvel has I can't remember where it's every quarter they have the sale, but I don't remember the deets. But for variants that didn't sell, they sell them dirt cheap. But even 5, I mean, they don't sell them that cheap. Like they don't sell 5 of them for $6.99. They usually sell them for like cover price or cheaper for what the it's actually cover price. So if this book is $6, it would be a $6 book for the variant. That's what you'd get it for. So whoever this person is, and I looked it up, he ended up doing a buyout and bought out all the variants for these covers because they were pretty expensive at one time. He tanked the market and then decided to try to sell them for whatever. So, if you're willing to wait, you could still get some of these for very good prices. So,
yep.
Oh man, that's just terrible. Thrawn Alliance. Now, this is the new series you're talking about, Dom. Back in January 2024. So yeah, that's why I think it was the lead up because you saw this Darth Vader Thrawn cover and people saw it on the FOC. Yeah. So I think they started paying more. This was the 1 in 25. People love this book. It was hot. 25 sales for the 125, $40 to $50. Highs, $6.75. He had it on the next week list. I think the highs almost got up to $100 on this. I think it was $80 or $90. I just didn't want to keep adding it on. Right now, Raws are selling between $3 and $12, depending on condition. I will tell you that even the $12 ones did not say near mint plus. The closest, the $12 one was near mint minus. Average sale is selling for $10. The $3 one was a fine. They said fine minus on it, so that tells you where it's at.
And the reason
But here's
why
something very interesting.
No, good. If you no, it's gonna good.
Here's something very interesting. Signed copies are selling for about $60.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And wasn't it the reason why the books they were mint because of the top? They had the problem with the top. It was like the error, like when it came out of the factory.
There was. So this, yeah, you're right. So you got to watch the top because there's a lot. There was that the printer thing that screwed them up, and then they didn't collect the books back, and they sent out another load of these that were in good shape. So what he says about those raw ones that are discounted, it is because those were the bad. Like you're going to see a lot of those because those were not the mint condition ones. So good call, good memory, Dom. Way to go.
Yep.
All right, finally we do it over there, so we're gonna do it over here. Trey, the guy who originally came up with the CBSI, not the top 10, that came from Wizard. The whole idea of the CBSI top 10 came out from pretty much Wizard. They use, if you've ever looked at the CBSI top 10 logo, if you've ever looked at the Wizard top 10 logo,
wink, wink.
You know what I'm saying? Wink, 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 wink. But Trey said, I fully expect. So this is Star Wars #1, 2015, C2E2. This is supposed to be a retailer incentive that they gave out to most of the retailers that they felt had gone to a Marvel thing, and they were like had sold X amount of copies. Now there's a lot of them out there. There's supposed to be over 250 people in the thing that they gave these out to. So he says there's up to 250. He expects to see all 250 go up for sale because that's a lot how it did. Whenever you would go to any of these retailer meetings, it wouldn't be all of them. You would instantaneously put a bunch of them up, though. Usually probably at 1/3 of the amount would go instantaneously up to online to be sold. About a dozen have been put up. Prices are reaching $200 for the copy on there, though. This could be a flash in the pan, he said, or the variant of the summer, 50-50. Well, I mean, that's Dom's thing there. This book could be worth something or it could not be worth something. Is that not a Domism if I've ever heard a Domism before?
Yeah.
That's literally what Dom says about everything. All right, so this was May 2nd, 2015. Guys, what do you think this book is? Do you think this book stayed where it was, or do you think it really took a crash?
I actually think some of these books are very funny when it comes to these Star Wars books. It went down a little bit, I think.
I mean, adjusting for
JJ.
the time, I'd say crash.
Okay. I'm going to tell you something very interesting about this and when we were doing this back then. Here's one thing some of these books you might not realize. Sometimes the numbers were off. This book, Trey was off. Not the fact that there was only 250 of these probably handed out, but he was off thinking 250 of them would hit the fucking census or hit eBay. They don't. You very rarely see these come up rare. In the almost 10 years that's gone up here, very rarely have you ever seen any of these rare. I could have gone back and given you more, but in 6 months, there was only one sale of this book.
Really?
It's a signature series 9/8, and it sold for almost $3,000.
The
next, there's only one of these listed on eBay currently, and it's a 9/8, and they're actually have it at the same price. It is not signed though. And they have it listed at the same price. Before that,
it's probably been listed that way forever.
No, before that, it was $2,000 for the book. So, like, it's not a book that, like, it does not come up a lot. It just doesn't come up a lot.
This book, was surprised when they dropped this book off at C2E2. That this book that they gave out, they didn't expect it.
Oh yeah, it was like it was just for the I mean, nobody knew it was coming. That's what we said. Yeah. There's a retailer
and the only other one that has a book like this is the Boba Fett that came out.
Well, I mean, I think they did it in the same year.
Yeah, but the Boba Fett doesn't even have the value the way like this has because this was given out the thing. But Boba Fett's still nice too. I've seen sales between $100 and $150 for the Boba Fett. But other than that,
yeah, I mean, these are when you've got like this is the thing. A lot of times, I think people get messed up because I keep saying like we don't know the numbers. Because Comic-Con was just like it was kind of like a poll. It was a survey because Diamond would never give you the official numbers, so they were just randomly guessing, and they could be way over. So like I'd always be like, "Hey, don't say the print numbers like they're actual facts," because I'm telling you, there's backups of these because they're not even like Diamond has an over. We've talked about this for years, so trust me when I tell you that the Comic-Con numbers. I think Miller will also admit that they're off. But this one right here, some of these books, not all exclusives, but the manufacturer exclusives, like the ones that came out of Dark Horse, the ones that came out of Marvel and were retailer based or were strictly based for the show, those numbers are usually pretty accurate. I'm not sure. Once again, I'm not saying there's only 250 of these. There could be 500 of these at most, but there could also be 200 of these. There could be 200 of these. And to be honest with you, even in 2015, not every retailer. I mean, I remember us still going to local comic book shows. We would pay our way to go to shows. The retailers would give us their summit tickets, their retailer tickets. And the deal would be that we would go there. If we went there and they gave us a ticket, we would at least give them like one book back and we get to keep the rest of them. And we would go and pick them up off of chairs. We would literally pick them off of chairs because retailers would just leave them there.
Yeah.
And then whatever one they wanted, we give them back. Huh?
Do you guys have this book?
I don't have this book. No, because this book back then was selling for $300. It was $300
cover.
Yeah,
It's a crappy cover. I'm not going to pay $300 in 2015 to pick that up.
It's an action figure variant.
No, but it was free. Well, no, but nobody cares. No, because you had Boba. The problem with it was you had Boba come out right there too. So you got to remember back then you had
black and white version of one that's in color. I don't know.
Yeah, nope.
It's just a sketch version of.
Yeah. Back then, though, too, Dom, the window of selling was way shorter. You had hours. Like now, because there's so many people talking about comic books. I mean, like so many, let's be relative. There's like 100 people talking about comic books. Still, there's compared to back then on the internet, what there was, you literally had hours to get it in and get it out. Now, shit. Now you got like a week, and then another top 10 list is going to have it, and then the people are going to get interested. Wait, a new book's coming out. Let's see where this person first appeared in. That's going to come out. Oh, BK's finally showing up. No, he's having family things. BK.
Well,
so
listen,
I mean,
all kidding aside, the reason why this book is so much money because Mark Hamill's autograph is a lot of money. His signature is a lot of money, so that's why this book.
Yeah, I mean that's some of this book, but this book still doesn't. I mean, it still sells for over $1,000. I mean, it's not a book.
That's crazy.
And by the way, dude, the book it is not like it's not readily available. Like go online, it's not readily available.
You know what's funny?
I mean, you're not gonna get $3,000 for this book.
No.
Huh? No. What? What's funny, Dom?
I was saying the funny thing is that I seen this book a lot on eBay, a few years back. That every other person would have it, and the lowest I've seen it, it's like $150, $100, going back and forth.
In the back edition too, yeah.
And I never, I always wanted to pick it up, and I never did.
You should have because if you're just collecting a bad condition one that's selling for $150 to $200, you're not going to get it in 9.8. Like you got to remember too how these retailer things were happening. They were handing it for free. People in 15 into 16, I would say around 17 and 18, they really started catching on that you could make money off these things. But till then, it was just you were wasting time. Like you could pick these up. Like people would roll them up. You would go afterwards and literally pick them up off the ground. People would just have them on the ground, leave them there, and go on, man. Especially considering in some of these settings, the biggest show were just jackasses screaming at the distributor or at the publisher. Why aren't you writing books that are the way I want them? And dude, you package like shit. And literally people would be throwing books all over the place, dude. You could just go into these places and scoop up books, bro. But once again, like they also were throwing them around. So like, you're not going to get that many 9.8s.
It's like
you're not going to get
there was the Galaxy's Edge, the book.
Same thing like that. Yeah.
They rolled it up in their back pocket.
Because they were there for something else.
Yeah.
You got to remember around 2016 was when people were really just screaming. They were screaming about all types of shit. They were screaming about Miles Morales. He'll never make it. Why can't you just give us? They were saying, why can't we just have Peter Parker books? Nobody's ever going to buy a Miles Morales book. It's horrible. Stop doing that shit. You know, they were yeah. Well, laugh all you want. Then they were yelling at Diamond.
I know you.
They were yelling at. They're yelling at Diamond about their packaging things, and then they got Penguin packaging, so they stopped yelling at Diamond a bunch of years later. But like that was the error. That error from 2000 and probably 14 and a half, 2015 to 2018 was literally just a bunch of very few, mind you, but comic book resellers, just if they're retailers or however you want to rank them, screaming at publishers and screaming at distributors. So they were there to yell at them. And then there, of course, that comic book people, they like two things: to eat shitty ass food, poop in public toilets, and watch somebody else make a fool out of themselves. So of course people would show up to these fucking retailer summits to watch some jackass fucking run around and scream, right? That's their entertainment for the day. So yeah, you just didn't get good copies out of it. But there we go. So hopefully you guys like that. If you like more of it, check out TAC. We do it every week. It's not Star Wars related, but we're going to do those when Wayseeker's gone, because I think he has a couple more dates that he's going to be out coming up. I think that's it. So good show. We didn't even get to 2 hours, and we did an hour's worth of news. So
yeah,
that's what happens when we don't have Wayseeker and Dom yelling at each other.
Rolled along.
I miss him.
Yeah. Shout out Wayseeker. We'll see him next week.
Yeah,
All right, guys. That's it. Anybody else got anything? I got stuff to do.
Nope.
Good. All right, cool, guys. We'll see y'all. Where's the exit for this thing? Son of a gun. We'll see y'all later.